Let's get the questions up.
Is it filming yet?
Look, it should be.
Because I wanted to eat the same.
I might do.
Don't do it.
I might do it. So what I do when I make videos with my dad, I put like a black and white bit at the front, which is usually when we're just talking before the video.
I am.
So this will probably be in it.
Don't.
And then, so winning the video. Do you want to double check? Make sure it's on.
Yeah.
Does it look good?
Mhm.
Alright, let's get on the video. Yeah?
I've never done a video before, so I'm sorry if I'm awkward.
Awkward, it's fine. Just act as if like that right there, the people there, are like people. It's not a camera. Makes it much better. And just imagine that we've just hit 1,000 subscribers, so it's only 1,000 people. Is that what you're gonna do?
No.
Okay. I've still got crisps in my teeth.
Same.
Give us a second. It's all
Crisps.
going in the black and white bit. Not this whole bit. I'll cut it down to a little bit.
We're
Anyway.
the Americans. Sorry, I spat on you.
That's going in the video.
No.
There you go. Hey, what is going on YouTube? My name is James and welcome back to another video. Now, before we get into this, you might be wondering, who is this person sitting next to me? I'm wondering the same. I don't know where she's come from. I don't know who she is.
Hijacked
My channel.
your channel.
Do you want to introduce yourself to the wonderful world that is the watch community?
Hi guys, I am Nadine.
Yep.
I now live in this spot.
Doesn't.
Yeah.
Really doesn't. She thinks she does. She definitely doesn't. But today we decided. Well, I told you I had this channel, and
Yeah.
I told you that I hit 1,000 subscribers, and I was going to do a Q&A, and you insisted that you wanted to be part of it. So I thought it'd be fun to have someone read out the questions and also get involved in answering some of them, especially the watch-related ones. Because how much do you know about watches?
I have no clue about watches except for a bezel, a diving bezel. I know
Oh
what
yeah, I
that
taught her
is.
about diving bezel. Still need to explain what automatic and quartz is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that, don't worry. But today I'm wearing the Alpha just before we get into it, and you're wearing a, what is it called?
Misfit.
A Misfit fitness tracker that also tells the time in a very fun way. It's pretty cool. But anyway, should we get on with the Q&A? Oh, before we do, thank you for 1,000 subscribers. How could I forget that bit? We did it. But yeah, that is absolutely crazy. Thank you guys so much for all the support. It's been crazy. It's only been like 7 months, and we hit 1k subs, 100k views,
Imagine
and we're not
where
even...
you'll be in another 7 months.
In another 7 months, you know, who knows? We'll see. But it's going crazy. It's going crazy well. So thank you guys so much, and let's keep it rolling. But anyway, let's get on with the Q&A. Answer your guys' questions off the cuff. Nothing is planned. Let's just go for it. Ready?
Okay, so first question. Ice Tax Slow asks.
Ice Tax Slow.
Asks hobbies outside of watches.
Hobbies outside of watches. I have a large collection of Blu-rays, Funko Pops. I'm starting to get really into Timberland shoes as well, a bit too much. I don't know, like traveling, photography. How could I forget these things? Photography, going to new places, literally, like, I don't mean like traveling across the world. I mean literally just going out for a walk in an unknown direction and just finding new places. Love that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
What are your hobbies other
My
than
hobbies?
watches? Because I know you're really into them.
Clearly. I'm really into photography as well.
What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to leave a link, if this is okay, to
Yeah.
your Instagram, the
Okay, sure.
photography one, in the description. Go check it out. It's got some awesome photography. We're actually going Wales together. When I said I was going Wales, we're
In
going
2 weeks'
together.
time.
In 2 weeks' time, we're going
Yeah.
to go Wales. So both of our Instagrams are going to be full of awesome photos. So definitely go check it out.
Next question. Armand, the watch guy, says congratulations on
100,000 views.
100,000 views.
Thank you, man.
How did you get into watches?
I got into watches, I think I've told this story like 7 times, and I think I tell it a bit different each time, so sorry. But the way I got into watches was, I had this Casio G-Shock watch. It was like a very, very cheap one, and the buckle bit on the the buckle itself, the little pin bit that goes down, do you know what I'm talking about? That went underneath, rather than being on top how it's supposed to be. It went underneath. Me not knowing anything about watches, I just assumed the watch was therefore unusable and broken, so I threw it away, literally just threw it in the bin, and I decided that I needed to get a new watch for work. So I started looking around and got a Seconda. It was like a chronograph one, and it broke within like 2 weeks. I'm not even joking, it just started falling apart, and I was like, I need to find a watch that's going to work and last. So that's when I decided looking into it, and it spiraled completely out of control to now a point where I have too many watches. Yep.
So, time to go travel and timepieces.
Awesome channel, by the way, go check him out. Same with Armand the watch guy, sorry.
Yeah, check them all out.
Check him out.
Well, he says, awesome that you hit 100,000 views. Other than watches, is there anything else that you collect?
So yeah, as I said, Blu-rays, Funko Pops, that kind of stuff. Other than watches, there's nothing
Can I
I
just ask,
seriously
sorry?
collect.
What
Go
are
for it.
Funko Pops?
Funko Pops? They're these.
Oh, okay.
I need to get one now. I'll show Stitch. These, I've got like 6, I think. So not really a big collection. Have I got 6? Yeah, I've got 6. 6 Funko Pops. I just like these because I get the ones that like are from my favourite films. They're Funko Pops. Blu-rays, I guess books. I guess I'm really starting to build.
Books.
Yeah, I'm starting to build up a lot of books, and they're all self-help, motivational books, autobiographies, marketing books, that kind of stuff. Really.
Kindred Spirit.
Kindred Spirit.
Just felt really funny.
Oh yeah.
Asks, did you eat the beef broth?
You will never know. This is an inside joke. Very few people will get this, but you will never know.
This is the only decent question here.
Who was that? Oh, that was Matt Thomas.
Stephen.
That was Matt Thomas.
Right, Chris BPH
Mhm.
says, hi, I was wondering if you're a car guy as well as watches. I'm starting to think there's a correlation between the two. I don't know, maybe it's a love of things mechanical or something. I know Anthony, should I read the whole thing?
Yeah.
I know Jay Anthony is a big car guy, and I think Federico is too.
Mhm.
I know I love both. They are two of my favourite things. So my questions are you a car guy, number one?
Yep. So I am a car guy. I love cars. I know Jay Anthony has a few cars himself, and Federico, he's got the Abarth as well, which is pretty cool, or however they pronounce it. So yeah, I think there is a correlation. Is that the next?
That's number two. Do you think there's a correlation?
Yeah, I
between
think there
watches
is,
and
because
cars?
obviously in cars you've got mechanics, you've got like an engine that powers the whole thing, and in a watch you've got the same thing, or at least mechanical watches. They're both mechanical, it's just one's on a bigger scale. Like, for example, like one of my favourite cars is the Ford Mustang 1969, naturally aspirated V8 engine, beautiful car. And I guess you could then say the same like about a watch, like a vintage watch that's got like a natural sort of mechanical, micro mechanics in a way. So yeah, I think the correlation is there based on mechanics and aesthetics.
Where are you up to with motoring? You a car owner, license holder, or are you doing lessons?
None of the above. I'm not doing any. So with where I live right now, I am one bus away from everything I need. So financially, it doesn't make sense for me to do my lessons, but I really do want to get a car and do all that kind of stuff. What about you? Where are you?
I give him piggybacks everywhere we go.
Yep, that's what she does.
Yeah.
What about you? Are you a car holder? Are you
I'm
car holder?
a car holder.
You're a car
yes.
holder and a
Yes,
licensed driver.
I hold cars
Yeah.
and oh wait, licensing drivers. That's like a thing,
Is it?
right?
No.
No. I am also none of the above. Same with me. I'm one bus away to everything, and now that I want to get out a bit more, do a bit more traveling,
Yeah.
photography, then I'm gonna. It's
Yeah.
something to start thinking
So
about.
definitely, it's like moving out. Like
Mm.
I could probably just about do it, but financially it doesn't make sense right now. Like it makes sense to just keep saving and putting away.
Daniel Matatov says, liking and focusing on watches. Oh, I think he means he likes that you're focusing on watches.
No, he's asking that.
on-
That's the question.
Jesus Christ, holy balls. Liking and focusing on watches on mere aesthetics rather than the movement or brand history. That okay?
Yeah, that is definitely okay.
Oh, he's liking that. Yeah, okay.
He's asking, is it okay to like or focus on watches on mere aesthetics?
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I think the moment you do that is the moment you start having fun collecting. Like, if you focus 100% on brand history and mechanics and everything like that, as great as that is, I think you're missing out on a big part. Because at the end of the day, what does it come down to? It comes down to whether you like it on your wrist. Like, if it looks nice on your wrist, you'll enjoy it. This Alpha has, like, 0 brand history. It has mechanically not the best thing ever, but I love the way it looks, you know. So for me, yeah, I 100% think you should be doing that. I think you should focus more on aesthetics than anything else, personally.
That's a really good answer.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
She's pure bigging me up for this, isn't she?
Watch Addict
Good channel as well. Go check him out.
asks, do your friends like watches also, or are you the odd one out and has to go solo through the hobby?
That is a great question. I am an odd one out. So I work with watches anyway. So the people around me know about watches. They're definitely not into watches like I am. That is for sure. So I am an odd one out. But I'm very grateful that my dad is big into watches as well. We got into it around the same time, so me and him will literally have hours. You guys have seen it, the Talking with the Kibble series, which I will be doing again. Don't worry, I'll bring it back on the channel. We can just sit and talk about watches for days. So I'm lucky in that sense. You're really into watches, aren't you?
I insanely am. They're my favourite things in the whole wide world.
Definitely. She's not joking.
Andy Garton.
Oh, here we go. So Andy just bombarded with like 50 questions.
Should I ask you one at a time?
One at a time, let's go.
Okay, favourite joke?
I don't have one. They're too harsh to say on the internet.
People walking into a bar?
No, they're too harsh to say on the internet. My favourite jokes. No.
Are they shots?
They're like Frankie Boyle level stuff. For those of you who don't know Frankie Boyle, go check him out. His stand-up are my favourite jokes. There you go.
Dream car.
Dream car. There's the Ford Mustang from 1969 or 1971. Love that. Or a McLaren P1. Yeah, probably them.
Yeah?
What's your favourite car? Or dream car?
Rolls Royce. Phantom or Wraith. One of the two.
Very good choice.
Banging. What makes you nervous?
What makes me nervous is not. This sounds ridiculous and cheesy, but not trying. Like, if there's an opportunity or something and I don't go for it, it makes me nervous knowing that what could have been kind of thing. Like living in the what could have been way of life. Does that make sense? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, it does. Like a what if.
Yeah, what if? That's what makes me nervous. That makes me nervous. What if? Yeah, definitely.
Ever been in a fight?
A few too many. Yeah, knock her out all the time.
Favorite watch YouTube channels?
Favorite watch YouTube channels? My favorite is Jay Anthony, 100%. The stuff he's putting out is just beyond anyone at the moment, in my opinion, in this community. He's nearly at 10k subs as well, so go check him out. All of you guys know Jay Anthony, that's for sure. He's absolutely smashing it. I like Armand, I like Federico, I like TGV. I like everyone really in this community. I don't think I'm on bad terms with anyone, and I would like to keep it that way.
Who's your favourite?
Jay Anthony, 100%. He knows he's my favourite as well.
Yeah.
Everyone else knows. We've made so many videos together and everything. I hope that will continue throughout the years as well.
Favourite video game?
Favourite video game, coming from the guy who makes them. My favourite video game is Simulation, 100%. I like Euro Truck Simulator. This is where it's like, you guys will be like, you play a game where you literally drive a truck. Yes, I love it. Euro Truck Simulator, an American truck. It's literally the game. You drive around in a truck.
Why?
Don't question it. It's amazing. You have a trucking business and you drive your truck and you hire drivers and they drive trucks and there's just trucks.
What?
She's judging me so hard. This is trouble with Q&As. You get judged. So Euro Truck Simulator, an American Truck Simulator, and Project Cars. I love them 3 games. I'm being judged so hard right now. What's your favourite game then? Flappy Birds.
I don't. Spider Solitaire.
Good answer.
That's my favourite game.
Damn it.
What do you think of the Nintendo Switch?
I think it's ridiculous, and actually no, I see the potential, but I don't think it's there yet. It's like smartwatches. I see the potential, but I don't think it's there yet.
Is it a watch?
No, a Nintendo Switch is like the game console that you've got the Nintendo and you can take it out. So you put it in and you play it on the TV, and then you can take it out and go for a big poo and play it whilst having a poo.
Oh, okay. Okay. Biggest personal strength or weakness?
Ooh, biggest personal strength and weakness. My biggest personal strength, I would say, is my confidence and my ability just to keep going when shit shouldn't keep going. So like with negative comments and stuff, like using them as motivation rather than to make me negative. I'd definitely say that's one of my strengths. One of my weaknesses.
I've just read the next question.
I don't know. What's one of my weaknesses? That would be good. What do you think my weakness is?
Your weakness?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dramatic pause. I definitely have a lot of weaknesses, that's for sure. I'm just trying to think which one, like, is my main one.
I don't know. I think you've got a lot going for you as a person, in terms of like your character and your ambition, like where you see yourself in life and all that. You've got a lot going for you.
Oh,
yeah.
That's sweet. I didn't answer the question though.
don't know what your weaknesses are.
I think my weakness is not knowing when to stop. So if stuff isn't going well, I still keep going because I'm like, I'm going to make it work. I think that's actually a weakness. It can be a strength as much as it is a weakness. Yeah, I'd probably say that.
Yeah?
Yeah, like not knowing when to stop and when to give up. Yeah, definitely.
Are you bored of answering questions yet?
100%, especially yours, Andy. I'm definitely bored of them. All right then, next one.
Gary Perkins, good luck with your job.
Thank you.
Those early years matter significantly.
100%.
What you learn is the Oh, that wasn't a question.
What you learn is the foundation of your career. Great
yeah.
comment. Wasn't a question, but great comment. Oh, we got Peter. Peter asks. Oh, he didn't do a full-on story this time. Peter does like the best comments ever. If you ever see him in comments, read his comments. They're like the best. He does like proper, full-on comments. It's great.
Good morning, James. Hope you're happy and well.
Definitely.
Aww.
Hope you are too, mate.
My questions are: where would you like to see yourself in terms of personal ambition in 10 years?
In terms of personal ambition in 10 years, running my own business of some sort. I don't know which, but I know it's going to happen. 10 years is a long time. I will be 29 in 10 years. Yeah, I'll be running my own business by then and doing whatever it is I want to do at that time. Things change. I hope it'll be something to do with watches because it's where my passion is right now. But like I said, things change. You never know. I might really get into cars. I might get into something completely different. But yeah, definitely running my own business.
What are your plans for achieving this?
Insane work ethic. Like, just completely working my ass off to the very core. And just not stopping. So always pushing myself and not settling. Like right now I'm pushing for something which in terms of career, I'll get into more details if and when it happens and all that kind of stuff. But right now I'm pushing for something that is pretty out of my range. But I'm going to go for it either way. And even when that happens, like pushing beyond that as well. I think that's how you get anywhere in life. Just pushing yourself beyond your own limits. And that's what I plan to do to get there.
What do you see as the primary obstacles in your way and how are you going to deal with them?
Finances. Setting up a business is all about capital, and the way I'm going to get past that... Sorry, I'm just like... capital, definitely. Capital is like the main obstacle, and the way to get around that is, again, just insane work ethic and spending wisely and investing as well. I think a lot of people think the only way to build up capital is to save. It's not at all. A big part of building up capital is spending, and spending wisely in things that you can hold a lot of capital in themselves.
Mighty Ned 09 says, I'm only 17, so I don't have a lot of money to spend on watches. What advice would you give to someone such as myself as to how to develop the watch collection when money limits your choices?
Yeah, so I was at your stage, I still am in your stage, where money definitely limits my choice on what I can buy. I want the Rolexes and the Patek Philippe's that are like 30 grand and stuff, but obviously I can't have them and a lot of people can't. I think the whole point of a collection is it should be around your price range. If you're buying outside of your price range and you're buying on loans, you're buying on credit, I think you're making the biggest mistake of your life because you're buying a freaking wristwatch on credit. How ridiculous is that? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Don't do that. So buy within your range, and I'd say if you are on the lower end of the spectrum in terms of finances like I was, go vintage. Like, one of my favourite watches cost me £13 on eBay. Like, you can seriously find some absolute incredible buys in the vintage market. Just look around, Citizen, Seiko, there's so many brands, even vintage Oris, vintage Hamilton. You can just really develop your collection in the terms of vintage. And in terms of new, you've got great choices again with Seiko. Push your funds a bit further if you can and get into like entry-level Swiss with Hamilton and Oris. But yeah, I'd say definitely start with vintage. That's where you should focus your money.
Last time asks, why are you always just getting over the flu in half of your videos?
I have a terrible immune system, that's it. Like, I'm just ill all the time.
Oh yeah, it is your dad. Says congrats on nearly reaching 1k subs. My question for you is, what do you see yourself doing in a year's time?
In a year's time?
Yeah.
I see myself no longer living in Leicester and working up in a career, or not so much a career, a short-term career. So there's a big difference. You have your life career, your long-term career, and then there's short-term careers. Short-term careers are to get you further up in your long-term career, but not your be-all or end-all. I definitely see myself further up in my short-term career and not living in Leicester.
Right, I think this one might be an inside joke. And the question is, what's your favourite pizza topping? I think only you and Anthony will get that.
Is that Nav?
Oh yes,
Nav-san. Great channel, by the way. I'll have chicken, pepperoni, garlic butter sauce as well, barbecue sauce, Italian crust, and please deliver it directly to my house. What are you having?
Barbecue chicken with a barbecue dipping.
With extra barbecue.
Extra barbecue.
Drizzled in barbecue.
Barbecue base. Possible?
We'll have that. Thank
Barbecue
you, Nav.
cheese. Great affordable watches.
Another great channel. Go check him out.
Congrats, man. Couple of questions for you.
Yep.
First question: top 3 watches under $500.
Under $500. Okay, so that converts to like 420, I think. No, 380. Probably about 3. I don't know conversions. Either way, I think under that price range, you're going to find the best value. Was it new? 3 watches under. So not new, not necessarily
Just
new.
top 3.
Just top 3.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go new, I'd say go with like a Seiko Saab, a Paddy. You can get the Paddy in that price range. Seiko and Orient, I think, are going to be your go-tos. You might be able to get Hamilton new if you look around. Maybe even Longines. I don't know. I'd say stick to them sort of brands. Seiko, get the Saab, get the Paddy. If you've got under 500, I would personally say go vintage. Under 500, you can get a nice vintage Omega and a few other watches. You can even get, and I know I've just made a video on this, but the custom-made Rivolo in that price range, you could custom make your own watch with a decent movement to your spec, which I think is really cool. So I'd definitely consider that as well.
Next question is top 3 cars under 1,000k.
1,000k? You mean
100.
1,000k? Do you do math? Top 3 cars under 100k.
$100,000.
I don't really know. Like, I can give you like my top 3 cars that are realistic. So I think the Citroen DS3 is very realistic, and I know that's under 100k. These 3 are going to be under 100k. I'm just going to talk more realistic. Citroen DS3. Maybe the Volkswagen Scirocco, I quite like that as well. And the new Ford Mustang, the 2016 or 2017, you can pick up for like 32 to 38,000 pounds, which is a great value for that car, in my opinion. So they're my top 3.
Right, I think this is a really good question.
Jay Anthony,
Jay
my man.
Anthony, he says, congrats sir, so much pressure to ask you a good question here. What is something you enjoy doing that makes you feel grateful to be alive?
What is something I enjoy doing that makes me feel grateful to be alive? That is an incredible question. I'd probably say traveling and just exploring with people I care about. 100%. Like, traveling and exploring on its own is the most incredible thing you can do. But doing it with someone you care about, like, a lot, just makes that so much more better and so much more important. It makes you grateful, and it makes you realize as well that you are the least important person in life. In such a good way. You're the least important person in life. Everyone else around you is more important. And I think that's what makes me grateful in life, definitely. What about you? That's a great question. What about you?
It's brilliant. I agree with the getting out and exploring. It's not so much just getting out and exploring, it's then seeing what's out there. And sometimes even if I don't get out and explore, I see something on the telly, like yesterday we were watching, or day before watching the Red Bull documentary.
The Art of Flight, really great documentary if you haven't seen it.
And you see those images and it just reminds you that the world is so much bigger than you are. And not to diminish anything negative that anyone's going through, not saying that you shouldn't.
Well, it's in a good way, because if you realise that the stuff you're going through is still so small, as big as it feels to you, it's tiny compared to what some people are going through elsewhere. Like, what you're going through is nothing compared to what some people are going through. And 2, that it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. That can be so, not to everyone, it depends on your mental state, but like, I think that can be so good to get you out of the bad habits. It does for me anyway, 100%.
Definitely. So that's what makes me grateful to be alive. When I see things that remind me the world is so much bigger than I am.
Great question.
Yes.
Aaron Dunlap, great channel, go check him out. He asked what my favourite car is, and I already answered that one.
So the next in gamer asks, what are you planning on doing in 2017? Maybe stream more, or will you get back on streaming?
So the Nexon Gamer is someone who's been around since before this channel, and back when I used to have my other channel where I used to game and vlog and I used to do streaming and all that kind of stuff. As of right now in 16 I was going to say, I have no plans to bring back streaming or playing any video games or anything like that. My focus is on much different things, but I won't say it won't happen. You never know, maybe in the future.
Mag Max says, congratulations on your milestone.
Thank you.
In a previous video, you mentioned you preferred Oris over Seaward.
Christopher Ward, yeah.
Could you explain why? No love for Seaward?
Is that how you imagined him saying it, yeah?
Seaward? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Oris over Christopher Ward. I think Oris offer much better watches at a great value compared to Christopher Ward. That is in no way saying Christopher Ward are bad. And why no love for Christopher Ward? I wouldn't say I have no love for Christopher Ward. I think they do some really great watches. It's just I think at their price point, they're being completely destroyed by a lot of other brands such as Oris and Hamilton. Personal preference, really. I also think their logo change and their marketing is very fashion brandish. It just reminds me of like Michael Kors, and that's a bit, or Hugo Boss, yeah. So you said it, not me. So I'd probably say you're just getting much better value from Oris, and I will stick by that, definitely.
Okay, Mad Max again.
Yep.
Says, in another post you mentioned recent Omega quality concerns.
Mhm.
If you were getting a used Omega, Speedy or Seamaster, what production year would you be looking for best bang and book? For book. Bang for book. Bang and
Best
book?
bang and book. Best bang and book.
That should
What
be a
was that?
thing.
Should we make it a thing? Bang and book.
Bang.
So, the recent concerns with Omega's quality control is not from experience, I have to make that clear. It's just from what I've heard of people who have bought Omegas. So I don't know 100% all the details and everything, so I won't get into detail with that because I don't know. But it's just from what I've heard. I'd probably, if I'm going to go with a Speedmaster or Seamaster, with Seamaster I'd go for I think it's the 2000s Pierce Brosnan, the blue wave dial Seamaster. That's the year I'd go for with that. And with the Speedmasters, I'd probably, if I could, I'd go pure vintage, late 60s, early 70s, maybe even a moon year watch of 1969. Or if not, I'd go modern. I'd go modern and probably special edition, because I've got a lot of special edition ones. That's what I'd do with Omega.
Tom Garton says, do you like Seiko Flightmaster?
I do like the Seiko Flightmaster. I like it a lot. I think it's a very cool watch, and it's a very, very good valued watch, and it reminds me a lot of the Breitling, so yeah.
Ovo Gang, favourite microband?
Favorite micro brand? I like Autodromo. Autodromo is great, and I like Royal as well. Them two are definitely up there on my list.
And then he also asks, are you going to any watch conventions?
Baselworld.
Baselworld.
Right now, I have no plans this year to go to any watch conventions. I might try and get back down to Salon QP towards the end of the year because I went last year. But right now, no plans. Baselworld is way out of my limits at the moment, so maybe in a few years' time.
Blue Knight asks, what dressy watch would you buy for under £1,500 with a diameter of less or equal to 35mm?
Firstly new, secondly used. Oh my god, that is one detailed question off the cuff. Guys, I'm going to ask you for you to answer this as well in the comments. I want to see what you guys say, but I'm going to do it off the cuff. £1,500, 35mm, firstly new. Okay, Nomos Orion, or Orion, however you pronounce it. I'm pretty confident you can get that 35mm, brand new for 1,500. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can. That would be my go-to for that. And used, I would say easily go vintage, go with an old JLC, an old Omega, an old, I don't know, anything vintage, probably gold, you could probably pick up for that price. And yeah, 35mm, they're off the cuff, look at that.
That was good.
I know too much about watches.
Yeah.
Anyway, next question.
Next question, Sean Sweeney.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on watch winders?
Yep.
I have 5 Seiko
Fives, yeah.
5.5s.
Yep.
And I'm using the winder every day. So far, so good.
I think watch winders are very pointless, if I'm honest. So they're very expensive as well. What I find really strange is when you've got a person with a very small collection of low budget watches, and then they've got this fancy watch case with this massive watch winder, and they're asking how they can save up for the next watch, and it's like, well, you've just wasted a load of money on a watch winder. I think if you've got the money, go for it. They look cool. But I think if you're trying to build your collection, don't waste it on watch winders. Just get a normal watch box, put them in there. Watch winders as well, depending on who you speak to, certain watchmakers will tell you it does damage to the movement because it's in constant motion. Like mechanical watches are supposed to have some downtime every now and again, like it's fine. They don't have to be running 24/7. So it just comes down to personal preference and who you speak to. I don't know the ins and outs of how it does damage, so it's up to you. Do your research before you get one. Personally, I probably won't ever bother with them.
So this is the last question.
The last one already?
Yeah.
Let's go.
It is from Joe Fishburne.
Yep.
And he says, you mentioned in a previous video that your next watch goal is an Explorer 2. Did you not think that money would be better spent on a deposit for a house or a car?
I love this question.
Just a thought / opinion. You kind of answer this one. Also, you mentioned cars. What are your 3 realistic cars?
I'll do that first, then I'll get on to a second point, because I think it's a really great point, which I'm going to talk about in a bit more detail for everyone else as well, because I think it's a great question. 3 realistic car goals was the Citroen DS3, the Scirocco, the Volkswagen Scirocco, and a Mustang, a modern Mustang, because value-wise, maybe even a Range Rover. I'd love to get a Range Rover, like an Evoque or something. Anyway.
Smart car.
Yeah, definitely. One of those tiny little
called?
smart cars.
Yeah. That's what they're called, right? Smart cars. 2 people, 2 carrier. Anyway. Great
car. 10 out of 10. So, would my money not be better off spent on a deposit for a house or a car? Yes, 100%. And I can tell you, before I get an Explorer 2, I will have a house and I will have a car, that's for sure. When we're in this watch community, go for it.
How much is the Explorer 2?
5,000-ish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, proceed.
So when we're in this community, if you make videos, you kind of have this pressure to talk about your watch goals and what you want to get next kind of thing. You have the realistic stuff and then you have the unrealistic stuff, which is what a lot of people talk about. When most of us YouTubers say we want this watch, like I want the Yachtmaster, I really, really want the Yachtmaster. It's like a 9,000 watch brand new, or 8,000, I can't even remember now. That doesn't mean that once I finally save up 8 grand, I'm going to go buy that. Far from it. Like, I have a normal brain when it comes to money. I realize that spending that amount of money when I don't have a car or a house or anything like that would be completely stupid. My spending will not go on that, and I think it's something that you guys have got to remember as well. When you see someone say they're saving up for X watch, don't think that all their money's going towards that. I'm pretty confident if they've got kids and stuff, their money's going towards the kids and everything else like that. For me personally, I like to put a little bit, or try to put a tiny bit away each month just for watches, like a very small amount. I'd have my actual income and then what needs to be paid, then a tiny bit of savings that goes towards general savings, then a very, very small amount compared to that just goes for watches. And to me, that's like one less cinema trip a month or something. That just goes towards that, you know what I mean? Like, that's the way I try and do it. But don't worry, you won't see me with an Explorer 2 on my wrist still in this bedroom. It definitely won't happen. But yeah, I think that's been really cool. Been a good Q&A. Some great questions.
Definitely.
I like it that it wasn't all just about watches, because it makes it a bit more personal. Which
I think it's good for your audience to get to know you personally. Aside from this is what I do with watches, bang bang bang.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bang bang bang. Watches.
Bang,
bang. Yeah. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoyed having Nadine here as well. If you did, leave a comment, and we'll have to come up with some ideas on maybe future videos that we could do.
I don't mind doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy this?
Exciting.
Yeah. We'll do it.
I did.
Are you excited to see all the comments? Is that a ladybird?
No. You killed it!
I didn't kill it.
You
I just got it off the
killed
line. It was
it.
doing my head in. I could just see a ladybird going up there. Anywho, what a way to end the video. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like. I hope you did. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care and peace out.